well, hello. If you clicked this video, then you're probably obsessed with a 20-year-old game just like me. I've been meaning to make this for a while, and I happen to have a lot of free time on my hands. So I thought, why not today? So I don't know if this will be a one-off thing, if I'll continue this into multiple parts, but I thought this might be fun for just me, and if anyone else enjoys it too. I have some pre-recorded footage of me playing Ragnarok Online. Basically, the shtick is I've played pretty much every class out there, and I wanted to play the last one that's left, Assassin. Never liked him. My old friend used to play an assassin, and I thought, let me not tread on her toes. And I never bothered, and I just ended up really not liking them. Maybe this might be a controversial opinion for some, but I just don't think they're viable for a whole lot. But neither are a lot of the classes in the game, so in the footage, you're just gonna see me running around leveling, doing Eden group quests, and I'm just going to reminisce about this really effing old game that for some reason I still hold near and dear to my heart. I started playing this game in high school, 2002 or 2003, I'm not sure. Leaning more to 2003. I think it was out for a little bit before I started playing, but I've been playing for just about 20 years now. Someone showed me this game, and it just, the aesthetics hit every little button. I instantly fell in love with this. I still had a family computer at the time, so it was all kind of shared. And I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, so I think that just added to the obsession that I had, where it's like, I can only play for 2 or 3 hours a day, gotta make it count. And goddamn do I have a lot of memories in this game. So many awesome memories, so many people that I've met, and I just wanted to reminisce with people, see if anyone had any funny experiences they wanted to share. I can't imagine too many people are going to see this video. So, like I said, this is for me. And I have a really funny story that I wanted to tell that involves someone who's no longer my friend. It's spicy, and I think now is the time to tell it, because I think, what's that called? The something of statute of limitations, I think, has passed. So let me start off with this story to get you sucked in. A little bit of spice there. So I had a friend. She got me into this game, introduced me, and I was just, we played together nonstop, right? And it was still very like early for MMOs, right? They were just getting up and running with like WoW, FF11. So everything was very new and exciting, and the idea of talking to all these people online was very new. And as such, we all acquired online boyfriends, some more serious than the other. So my friend had an online boyfriend in Ragnarok Online, and she ended up getting her mom into the game. Uh, her mom took a liking to the game, and from what I can remember, her mom role played being a young teenager and acquired some online boyfriends. My friend didn't like this. I don't know what her deal was. If she was getting jealous, or she didn't like the fact that her mom was doing this. You know, we all lied about our age, but it's kind of like someone's mom pretending to be a teenager was a little So my friend decided she was going to hack her mom's account. So how she did this is she came over to my house on my family computer and logged into her account. And she knew her mom's account information and password. So she logged onto her mom's account, took everything off of her mom's characters, dropped these items on the floor in the game, like on the ground in the game, quickly logged out, logged back into her account, and picked them up off the ground. Because if you trade directly, Ragnarok Online can log that and easily find out who did it. This girl took everything from her mom. For some reason, she forgot about storage and how you can put items in storage, so she didn't touch that. But everything physically on each character she took, except she left a headgear hat on her mom's character, which she had her mom's character wear, and it was a sombrero. Can you imagine logging into your account and you log onto your characters and nothing's there, but your one character is just wearing a sombrero, as if a big old F you, I took your stuff, here's a sombrero. I remember after she did the deed, we went to her house a couple hours later. We opened the door. Her mom was in tears. Her mom was crying. I'll never forget this poor woman's sobbing face. And she's just crying like somebody hacked my account. Everything's gone. And my friend is just like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. I think the reality was starting to hit her that of like what she had done, and she started to feel bad at that point. I don't know how, but she somehow convinced her mom to not report this to like the GMs of the game, not to send an email or anything. She, for some reason, I remember her telling her mom that stuff gets reported all the time and they never do anything about it, and that she would help her get a bunch of stuff back. I don't know how she convinced this woman to not report this. I would have reported it. So she gets some stuff together for her mom. Other people give her mom stuff. And I just want to say, if her mom would have reported this, not only would she have gotten my friend's account banned, she would have gotten every account that's logged into that computer banned, which would mean my account would also get banned. And we had online friends that we shared our login information with. I know, big oopsie, but like they were people we trusted. So I think it was at least 2 other people. She would have gotten 4 different accounts banned had her mom reported this. And I think if that would have happened, that would have been like the end of Ragnarok Online for me. But I cannot believe she convinced this woman to not report this. But my old ex-friend hacked her mom, took everything except a sombrero, and left her mom in tears. If that doesn't preface the shenanigans that we had in Ragnarok Online, I don't know what does. So so glad you're here. So to this day, I still really love this game. I have a lot of issues with the game. Issues that they've done nothing to fix. I can actually only speak for like the quote-unquote North American version of this game. Different parts of the world have their own like batch of servers and then like groups of people that run the game. So the North American server or quote-unquote the international server is run by Gravity. Gravity is not doing much with this game. I actually just found out through watching a few videos that for the 20th anniversary, they're trying to take down a bunch of private servers in order to garner more players. Gravity, too little, too late. You should have done that a long time ago. I have no problem with private servers. I've dabbled. I just, for some reason, they're not for me. They're just not. I really like the official servers. It just gives me that authentic Ragnarok experience. But I think private servers have played a huge part in keeping this game alive. I don't think this game would really be around anymore if it wasn't for private servers. That being said, I wish more people would play on the official servers, but the time has passed to take down private servers. And I don't think Gravity had the money to take down the... maybe it was money, I don't know. But I just don't know why they didn't do anything about private servers, or if it was they just couldn't at the time, and maybe they can now. But for those of you who just don't know what a private server is, I mean, you should. Every MMO has them, but they're basically like fan-run, free-to-play servers usually. That people will go to for a free experience of whatever MMO, which the official servers are free. You can pay for like VIP and stuff like that, but they're free to play, which is why I always find myself going back. But I really love this game. There's so much I enjoy about this game. Even after 20 years, I still find things to enjoy. What keeps me from really investing myself in this game continuously are walls that I'm hitting. Leveling up specifically, and I'll get into that. And I don't know if there's other people that have a similar experience to mine, but while playing, there's certain points in the game where you hit a wall and it makes it impossible to progress. For example, back in the day, leveling was really, really tough. The grind was real. It's a Korean MMO. They're known for being really grindy. So I hit a point where it's just I couldn't level a character past a certain level because I just didn't have the gear. The drop rates for gear in this game and then items and things to beef up the gear are really low. And you had to be a part of some big community to really band together to farm this stuff. And I was a really solo player and I made it really tough. So after high school, I kind of stopped playing. I think that's when I started doing some private servers. And funny story, joined a private server, got invited to a random guild, ended up being a guild of lesbians, which were amazing, loved them. But I stopped playing Ragnarok for a while, and I think I came back around like 2013-ish, and I came back to Ragnarok Online in the new iteration it was in, which was renewal. So they revamped like where monsters were placed, they revamped how much experience you got, like the experience tables, like the rates of which you get experience. They added the Eden group, which provided quests now to kill monsters to earn rewards, and equipment quests. And this, I didn't like it at first, I'm not gonna lie, but I got used to it, and the equipment quests in particular helped a lot in getting over that first wall that I hit. The equipment is really easy to get. You get it every like 20 to 30 levels, like a new set, and it was really good equipment that helped you, and you really didn't need any other equipment. You just kept that on until you upgraded, and then when you like did like the rebirth, which listen, I'm not gonna explain it if you don't know, but you basically go back to being level 1 and you have bonus stats and skills, etc. You could use it again, like you're back to level 1, so you can re-equip the gear and use it all over again. It was fantastic, and it helped me a lot. That being said, I was able to progress, but I hit a wall again. This time it was getting past level 100. So with the Eden group, added the Gramps turn-in quests. You got to go to a specific area for a specific level range, which I think was 70 to 100. And so when you went to this area, you got to join parties of people, massive parties that would just farm there for hours. They would pass party lead to the next person, and these parties would go on for hours. You could get from level 70 to 100 in a couple hours. It was so feasible. It was great. I remember just leveling character to character, and I finally was able to like do all this content that was unavailable to me for so long, and it felt like I was finally being able to enjoy the game again. Like I was having fun. But I hit the next wall, which was going to the second tier of these turn-in quests, which were level like 101 to 130 or something like that. When you go to this area, the monsters are so strong that no one can really sit around waiting for parties, so no one was recruiting for parties there. You basically had to like post on the forum to find a party, or you soloed. So I hit that wall, and then once I leveled a bunch of characters, I couldn't really progress. So I stopped playing. Now, that brings me to 2019, and I started playing again. And I go to the city Juno, or Juno, however you want to say it, and there are all these people. So many people. And they're selling things, recruiting for things, but most importantly, they were recruiting for parties for that second tier of turn-in quests. So finally I'm able to level my characters past like 101. And again, these parties were so good. They gave so much experience. I'm leveling all these characters and getting to do new content. And I stopped playing. I'm not sure why. I actually hosted a panel at MagFest 2020 in January 2020. And we all know what happened. Right after that, basically, March, April, the pandemic hit. And yeah. I stopped playing, though, right before the pandemic hit. So I came back to play. Juno was empty. No one was no longer recruiting for parties. And I'm just like heartbroken. That was my one way of progressing. I posted on the forum and I asked, why? And the answer that I got from most people was that people have leveled past the need for parties. What? An MMO where all you do is level, and you're telling me that people leveled past the need for parties? That doesn't make sense. The idea is you just keep making new characters and leveling. How do people level past the need for parties? It made no effing sense. But I don't know what else to say. I don't know what other reason there is. The problem with this game is that it's the same small group of people that are decked out in god tier gear playing. And Gravity is catering to those people. To only those people. They're not catering to anyone else. They're not catering to any new potential players. They're catering to the people who are going to keep dumping their money into the game. My opinion, at least. There's too many walls you hit as a new player. For example, I did this these little recordings of me leveling my thief. Well, when I job change to assassin and I get to level 70, I go to the Gramps turn-in quests and I go to the first level place where there's always people looking for parties. And there's none. There's no one there looking for parties. So now I'm stuck at level 70. And, okay, I could grind, alright? Yeah, I know. But I want to level with other people. I don't want to just play by myself. That's not fun. Before, when I was stuck at the level 2 area, when I asked people what gives, why is no one looking for parties, basically everyone was saying that they soloed. So I sold a ton of stuff, got a ton of money, and I geared out my one hunter job, or sniper, whatever the hell it's called. And I was soloing on sniper. It worked, but it wasn't efficient, and it wasn't fun. This is how it goes. This is how you have to solo as like a sniper. You get a bunch of like tele items, or you whatever gives you the ability to teleport around. You teleport. You cast a skill called Arrow Shower. kills everything within a certain range. But you can't stand there and wait because there's stuff outside the range that's going to come and kill you. So you have to teleport again. Teleport, arrow shower. Teleport, arrow shower. It's not fun. Nothing about that is fun. Sorry if I'm getting angry. It's frustrating. That's not supposed to be, like, that's not a feasible way to play this game. What do I do with my other main class, which is a healer? What the hell am I supposed to do with her? I like partying with people. I enjoy not mindlessly, but kind of mindlessly, like casting skills, and then you chat with them. You type and you chat, and you make friends, because as long as everyone contributes, like, to an extent, the whole party is just seamless and easy, and you get levels, and you can get content done. This game, like, as a new player, you can definitely play and have a good time and really enjoy, like, a brand new experience, but only to a certain point. And you're screwed because you keep hitting walls. Private servers kind of fix that, but only because it's so damn easy to level. And I'm not necessarily looking for an easy leveling experience. I just don't want to mindlessly grind them on my own. I want to have fun doing it, and it's just not fun leveling on my own. And I get it, it's a dying game. You would argue that it's been dead for a while, but people are still throwing money at this game. Gravity is still making money. Do something. Do something to make this game feasible to actually, like, get to level 250, which I think is, like, the max level. If it might be higher, but it's at least 250, and I've only gotten to level 130. Can you believe that? I've only gotten to 130. Like, you realize how much content is out there that I've never done because I can't get parties to, like, get past that level. By soloing, doing, like, the whole teleport arrow shower thing, it's like I'm back in 2003, you know? Like, in 2003, let's just, maybe not exactly, but around that time, like, if you were level 98 and you're trying to get to level 99, it took at least an hour to get, like, 10% of that level. That's not approximate, but you have an idea. So let's say it could take 10 hours to get that last level. Like, it's like I feel like I'm at that point again, and it's not a good time. So what is Gravity doing to enhance this experience for new players? Well, recently I found out that they've been striking videos from, like, the one good, consistent YouTuber that uploaded Ragnarok content, which his name was Munbalance. And now he announced he's not making RO stuff anymore. He took all that content down on the channel. I'm sorry, Gravity, Ragnarok Online, but where do you get off striking content down from a small creator who's bringing the at least a little bit of attention to your dying game? What is that doing for you? The little community that guy brought in now doesn't get to enjoy Ragnarok Online content videos anymore. Do you think that people are going to come play Ragnarok Online because they can't watch him play? Or that because he was playing on private servers, now you're like, ooh. It made no effing sense. It's like Gravity is doing everything they can to sabotage themselves. It's like they don't realize it. I don't want to see this game disappear. I don't think it ever will completely, but like they keep making these half-hearted attempts on things to revitalize the game. Like they did Ragnarok Transcendence recently, which on paper was a really cool idea. Basically, they created a new server where Ragnarok Online was launched in the same state it was when it originally launched back in like 2002. And the shtick was like every couple months they would implement a new update. So it's like you're re-experiencing Ragnarok Online like you did back in the day, and you're getting to go through all that content all over again. But there's no effing point if you're not fixing the issues, which apparently they did fix some things, but guess what? Ragnarok Transcendence shut down. I don't know. I kind of gave up at this point. Ragnarok Online was a very comforting thing to do every once in a while, but now it's just infuriating, which is why, you know, I'm making a video like this where it's just venting frustrations, looking back at past memories, going back on, like, you know, a fond memory I had was, and if you know, you know, Lord of Death. I don't even have to say anything, because if you know, you know. Before I say anything, just by me saying that, if you're an old school player, you already know what I'm gonna say. So to explain, there was a MVP monster, which MVP monster is just like a big boss. They randomly spawn around the world in Ragnarok, but Lord of Death was used in one of the most complicated leveling schemes I've ever seen. So let me explain this thoroughly. So there's a job called a sage. Sage has a skill called Hocus Pocus, where if you have a couple of these items, it allows you to use a skill, and Hocus Pocus will use a random skill. And on the very, 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 very slim chance you get a proc of, it's like, what is it, like 3 question marks or something, you use that on a monster, and it transforms the monster. And then there's the lowest chance in the world to keep transforming this monster until it eventually transforms into Lord of Death. Now, the cost to use Hocus Pocus is large, so what they did is they got a bard and a dancer who, when they come together, can perform this skill that nullifies the need of these items for the sage's skill. So you collect all these people into one place, and it could take days of non-stop of just using Hocus Pocus to eventually get Lord of Death. But eventually they got him. And that is where the fun begins. So once you have Lord of Death, you have someone tank him, and then you have someone spam heal the tank, and then also spam heal the boss to keep him alive. Because the gimmick is you want to keep killing the mobs that he summons, because they keep giving experience, and they give a lot of experience. So you have an army of people casting like AoEs and like ranged magic, etc. on the mobs while the tank's getting healed and the boss is getting healed. And this went on for days, a week, weeks, where people just would continuously switch out and farm this guy non-stop. I got to participate a couple times. That's how I leveled up my own Sage. I remember going to sleep and waking up and I got like 30 levels, which was insane at the time. And just like all things that are beautiful in this world, they nerfed it. They made it so that Lord of Death's mobs could only give you experience in the first time they spawned. So if they're killed and they respawn, they're not going to give you experience after that. You know, I get it. It sucks. It really felt like people discovered this special little Easter egg in the game. I know Ragnarok Online would have never ever thought that people would use all of these things in that way. But it was so hard to level that it allowed people to actually level past that wall and allow them to experience new content. I know there's going to be people out there where they're like, yeah, F that, I'm glad they took it away. But I don't know. I personally don't feel like it was really hurting anyone. Just like dead branches. Another thing where if you know, you know. Dead branches summoned a random monster outside in like a field area. Now, everyone who's anyone always chilled outside South Prontera. That was the space to go. And dead branches could be used, like you could spam them at the time. Spam them. And it would just summon all of these monsters. I mean, you get several people doing that. And it's a massive army that slaughter everyone. Oh my god, I loved it! So what? You lose a little bit of experience, but you know what? If you didn't want to die, maybe you shouldn't have been sitting outside South Prontera AFK. But, you have Karens, you got whiny little babies that were like, wah, I don't want to lose experience. My experience. And of course, Gravity nerfed that too. They put like a cast timer, so you have to wait so many seconds before you can summon another dead branch, and then you can't spam them anymore. Another item though before they nerfed the dead branch was a bloody branch, which summoned a boss monster. Oh, so fun. Now, okay, I kind of get more nerfing a bloody branch rather than the dead branch. Like, there is this one boss called Mistress, which is like a hornet thing, and its evasion was really high, and it would teleport around. So you have like this boss that literally no one can hit, that's has high attack speed, and it teleports around. There are times where it was in the field for a whole week, and no one can kill this thing. And it would just teleport, and you're just walking around. You know, you're just like level 10 novice walking around, and bam, Mistress appears, annihilates you, and then disappears. I never got bugged by it. I always had fly wings on me, which teleport you randomly. So it's just like, you see something, you fly wing, and you no big deal. Come on. But yeah, no, people were having too much fun with the branches, and they nerfed those too. It's I get it. Not like pissed about that. That's the least of the things that I'm pissed about. I'm more so really sad that there's this game that I really love and enjoy, and Gravity doesn't want to do anything about keeping this game going. Because, I don't know, you could say the graphics suck, but the game has such a unique style that I think it holds up to this day. It's so cute and unique and cartoon-like that, like, there's not a whole lot that looks like this. And I personally don't need my games to look beautiful. Like, I like Final Fantasy XIV a lot, but I like it because of its gameplay. Like, the fact that it looks nice is cool, but it could look like this, and I would love it. I don't know how many people are gonna see this video. I'm more so making this for me. Whatever content I upload, it's made for me. So if it reaches anyone, that's a plus. But if you have experience in Ragnarok Online and you have any idea like why it's so hard to get past these walls of leveling, like, let me know. What's your experience? Are you having a hard time like I am? Do you have god tier gear where this isn't a problem? Do you have really active Ragnarok communities that you go to? I want to know. I don't like the answers that I'm getting. People people are past the need for parties because they don't need. I don't want to hear that. I don't believe that that's the answer. There's always a character for you to level. You're telling me that you have like 3 different accounts with every single job that has multiple builds off of each job. The freaking little cat class is summoner. You can build that one character 3 different ways. You can build a priest as a battle priest, or an ME priest, or a full support priest. I don't believe that people have leveled past the need for parties. I don't buy that. But again, even if that's the case, that doesn't help new players, which is what this game needs. Freaking Gen Z, I love them. They are bringing back Y2K stuff so well right now. I love them for it. It's my favorite little period in time. I would absolutely love to see Gen Z get into this game, and I really think that this is something that they would love. But Gravity needs to make this game more welcoming to new players and make it so that they can actually level up. But I think that's where I'm going to end it right now. This has gone on quite a long time. I have a lot of content pre-recorded, so I can do more little talks, voiceovers. If anyone's interested in hearing me ramble about Ragnarok Online more, I could go on for hours. But let me know what your experiences are. Comment, I'll reply. I want to know if there's anyone else that's played this game as long as me or loves this game as much as I do. What is your experience and what are your opinions on everything I said? With that, thank you for tuning in, and maybe I'll do this again soon. Thank you.